refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah, no time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah, refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your gracious host. I am Coach Coombs, and this is FFC. And welcome back to another great episode. So, where we at? We getting ready for week 9, people. That's right. Week 9 is here. Thursday night game. We have the Steelers and the Titans. I think that's going to be a banger. I think it's going to be tough defensively. I believe the runner in this game is the reason why they win this game. So, i.e., whoever has the best rushing game in this game is going to win. But I do think Will Levis is going to shine a little bit tonight. So we'll get into that when the time comes. But hey, this is for fantasy. That's an actual game. Don't get me wrong. We love them. But here, we got to make sure we don't panic and we don't have heart attacks because we still dealing with bye week issues, guys. Just like my man Gus, we're going to set up that lineup. And we're gonna walk away cleanly, and we're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna take ourselves a bye week. Some louses, Jose, we can set up the best lineup we're gonna set up. But when you're missing Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuels, Jamar Gibbs, who else is he missing? Sam Laporta. Half his team is 2 teams. I told y'all about that. That's gonna bite you. But we're in a position where the bite can hurt, but maybe what the opponent has, he may not get the points he's supposed to get. So, you should be okay sometimes. It's like he's supposed to get 115, the opponent's supposed to get 140. Could the opponent get the 140? Yeah. Unless some of his weapons don't score or his quarterback has a bad game, defense goes into the negative. 140, don't hold on to that score. I'm going to a fantasy game, and they say I'm supposed to get like 125. We'll see. Because I see where they're putting the points on the players, and I get it, but that don't always happen. So I don't necessarily go by the projected score. How many times does somebody project to beat you, and you messed around and beat them? So how was that projected score actually even correct? You see what I'm saying? So I'm not one to necessarily go by the projected score. I more so go with my gut, my brain, my whole fact of the fact that I drafted all these players. So, I understand that if I don't have this guy, I have him on my roster for a reason, to come in when he's out. Let's just hope it works. You know what I mean? But again, you can't panic. You can't get upset about it. It gets ugly when you're trying to climb out of the bottom, and then you hit the bye week fiasco, and now you're like up and down in wins and losses. So it's just like you're getting real close to having that ugly game 6 loss where you're not gonna make the playoffs. So that's where panic can come in. I would say a little bit, but if you're above 500 right now, you can afford a couple losses during this bye week issue. I mean, again, hell, like Jose, all of his players are gone right now in this 1 week. After this, he ain't got to worry about that issue no more. The reason why he's winning, they're all on bye weeks now. He's gonna take a look, and if he doesn't lose this week and wins with the backups that he has, sometimes that's the gold nuggets you really want, right? All right, so we got some topics today. We got fantasy news and updates. We got waiver wire targets, fantasy scoring, and we got start and sits for tonight's NFL game. So let's get started with where we at. Let's get started with some fantasy news. Give me a second. Let me see what we got out there in the world for everybody. Let's see. Okay, so we've had some trades. While I'm looking, we had some trades go on. I do like the Donovan Peoples-Jones trade to Detroit. I do think I like their defense is fine, so I like the fact that they bolstered up, wanted to go grab some offensive weapons, and I think he's a good offensive weapon. I think he's a good receiving target for Jared Goff. It reminds me of the Goff and Woods connection. Okay, when he was with the Rams, so I like it. Rest in peace to Bobby Knight, the legendary college controversial basketball coach. Why do they put titles like that? They just can't just say rest in peace, Bobby Knight. They got to throw the controversial in there. All right, so we've had that. And then what other news have we had? Other trade news. Chase Young to the 49ers. I spoke on that one. I think I don't know if it's going to be okay. Again, y'all know my issue with Chase Young, the clowning number 2. Maybe going to the 49ers and that coaching staff is a change of pace he may need. And if it is, it's very detrimental because if he does click with them, well, then dang, y'all in trouble going against that defensive line. So we'll see. But we'll have to see how that kind of turns out. Let's see here. NFL reporting. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So this was some old news that I wanted to discuss before I get into some new news. It says, I think if Kirk Cousins did not get hurt, this team had a real chance to steal division from Detroit. That is a lie. Don't believe that hype. I don't think that was ever going to happen. I think Detroit is on a trajectory. And you got to remember, I mean, that was a pretty big hole they were going to have to dig themselves out of. They're tied for 3rd or 4th place with either Green Bay or Chicago? Like, I understand that they were looking good late, but I mean, they beat the 49ers. I don't know. Certain games weird me out too. Okay. I don't think that was something that was supposed to continue on with the Vikings. That defense is still suspect. Okay. That coach is still suspect. No, 2nd place in that division? Absolutely. Possibly the playoffs if they make it to 9-8. That was about it. Okay. I don't think they were stealing anything from Detroit. All right, Detroit is right outside of the Super Bowl contenders for me. If they beat Dallas in Week 17, I can move them up. Well, yeah, if they beat Dallas in Week 17, that's pretty far-fetched to go reach out for right now, Week 9. But, I mean, I would assume so. But at the same time, they have a better record than the Cowboys, I think. So if they're home, when the Dallas Cowboys had to beat them, I'm just saying, it was, let's say, for the Bears, it was so predictable. Any game with a negative game script, Bagnett will struggle. Yeah, I mean, any game with a negative game script, Fields is going to struggle. They have no quarterback in Chicago. That's what's going to struggle. Let's get that through our heads, people. Okay, Green Bay. This offense is awful. Jordan Love needs some serious work before this team can compete. Yeah, it looked good in the beginning. It did, but it was not. Yeah, it wasn't a good way. It hasn't been a good few weeks for them. And I don't know if Jordan Love is struggling or him and his targets are doing good. I think the team itself may be struggling. They don't have a running game. Let's not point the finger too hard at Jordan Love when Aaron Jones ain't doing much of nothing if he can even get on the field half the time. So, I think they're dealing with a lot more than Jordan Love needing serious work. I think they're okay. I think, don't get me wrong, I agree. He still needs work, but this team has a lot more than just this offense is awful, but more so the running game is awful. And they need more of a lead receiver. I do like the receivers that they have, but they're complementary. and they're both red zone targets. Let's see. Dallas has the most best weeks of any team every year, but are also the most inconsistent team in the NFL. It's like an ugly yeah and an ugly no. Basically, what that statement is any Cowboy fan will argue your ass down. That's about all that means. They're playing good football right now, though. Let's be real. They have a winning record. They're playing good football. They're fighting for the division against the Eagles. That game is going to be outstanding. And let's just not look at them as inconsistent right now. I don't really see inconsistency, really. Running game needs help. I think they should have made a trade for running back. Like they should have did something in the running game. But outside of that, I don't know. They look good. CeeDee Lamb looks like he's taking over the offensive and emerging as the number one, which is great. Cook is finally found, he's feeling comfortable in the offense. You can see that with him and Dak. So I don't know. I think the offense, I don't think they're inconsistent this year. I think that's a lot of past cowboyness kind of being infused on what could be a decent playoff year this year. I mean, they look like they could be NFC Championship, the contenders. So I don't know. That statement's that's a yeah and a no for me. Let's see. Giants, the negative passing yards is a joke. No matter who the starter is, Dabo has always been overrated. Man, let me tell you why I hate that comment. I don't know if I can disagree with it. Like, it looked good. But one thing I always say as a coach, you get figured out, you're done. Period. They figure you out, you're over. And I think he's been figured out. Like, he can't do anything. And he can't adjust. He can't. Only thing he can do is rely on Saquon. That's all he can do. Like, I think it's pretty bad. And yeah, so overrated that Dabo Buddy could lose his job. Right there next to Josh McDaniels. Yeah, that was a deserving fire. There's just no way you have Devontae Adams as your wide receiver. You're the head coach, and you're telling me you have no way of devising a plan to get this guy the ball? Really? Really? I got the media tearing up my organization. I got fans tearing up my organization. I got millions of people telling me to trade one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. And you're telling me you can't figure this out? You wanted Garoppolo. Remember, the only person who wanted Garoppolo was Josh McDaniels because he thought he was going to bring that miracle magic he had in the 4 or 5 game wins before Garoppolo got hurt in New England. He thought he was going to bring that same magic. No, bruh. It wasn't. No. No. It's the fact is you have Devontae Adams and you have not figured out how to get him the ball. So they said no to a trade and fired you and your general manager. And the president of operations, something like that. They cleaned out house. They cleaned out house, okay? And then they put one of the meanest defenders in the NFL, he plays the game, as the interim head coach. Oh, we're going to see a change. Because Garoppolo is out. The rookie is in. Ooh, that's what we see. I look, sometimes in the NFL, you got to push change, bro. Hey, will it work? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, here he comes. Devontae Adams, 3 touchdowns. I'm not doing that to you. No, because I didn't know that Will Levis was going to hit DeAndre Hopkins off of 4 catches for 3 touchdowns. Come on. What nobody going to see that? What I will tell you is change needs to happen. This change needs to happen. That rookie is sleeping in the same house as Devontae Adams right now because they are going to work together on every bit of minute that they can. He wants the ball. And this quarterback, scared out of his mind, is go get him the ball. Of course he's scared. He's scared because there's a lot riding on this kid. Josh McDaniels has pretty much, it's almost like a set for failure, and you don't want that. What we want, honestly, here's the thing. Here's what we want. Here's what we want in the NFL as a fan of football. We want success. I want to see this kid go out there and actually be successful. Here's what we want in fantasy. I want this kid to go out there and throw 3 touchdowns to Davante Adams. So I can tell people, go and get this rookie. And, of course, yeah, Davante Adams is back. Because, John, if you were looking for a saving grace, this is it, bro. The rookie is in. We got to see if he can get – you got to start Davante. Don't bench Davante. You got to start him. Why? We got to see if it works. Got to see if he can get on the ball. Because if he can't, in this first game that they play together, your season's done. Goodbye fantasy for you, John. There is no recovering if Davante Adams has a bad game with the rookie and this new coach. So, what I'm saying is, go ahead and pull that trigger. Pull it. Gotta let it happen. And we gonna pray for the best. That's what we're gonna do. Because whoever started DeAndre Hopkins was on their knees to the fantasy gods and got a prayer answered. This is yours, John. Davante Adams, he's a quarterback. I don't know what this rookie can do. I'm not going to go look at his college stats. What I'm going to tell you is they named him the starting quarterback this week, period. That is a big deal. That is a big move, okay? All right, so back to news. Washington. I have to give Eric Bieniemy plenty of credit for these huge passing games. How to? Okay, look, bro. Okay, first of all, Joe has been trying to tell y'all, watch Eric Bieniemy. Watch him make these moves. Watch what this offense does. It's going to take some time. What have I always said? Chemistry. It takes time. You know what time of the year it is? Chemistry's there. Where are they at right now? They're looking really good, okay? And what is Sam Howell doing? What I told y'all he was going to do in fantasy with the last pick. If you load it up on offensive weapons and Baker Mayfield, Sam Howell, Derek Carr, give or take some freaking games, were your last picks in the draft for quarterbacks, okay? And you can stream some other ones. You got, or who played good football? Who? Because you know what, bro? Because y'all make me do things sometimes, and I got to stop to boast sometimes. You know, because, you know, when I'm right, oh my God. So I just want to see something real quick. Just real quick. I want to look up a certain player. Y'all want to know who I want to look up? Geno Smith. Let me go look up these Geno Smith numbers real quick. He got a big game against Baltimore this week. Woo-wee. Now, I don't like his turnovers. That's ugly. So, fantasy purposes, he's been ugly in fantasy. Dang it, Geno, you're killing me, bro. It's the turnovers, bro. He got too many. If you take the turnovers away, his points values are actually higher. But yeah, it's the turnover. You got more turnovers than you close to. I think you damn near matching your turnovers and interceptions or in your touchdowns. But nah, Gino, I'm about to sit here and brag about you. And I come here and look at these ugly numbers. And ugly because they're not starting quarterback numbers. Those are streaming quarterback numbers. So no. Gino, you get left out. But Sam Howell, like I said, Kenny Pickett, he's coming along. His numbers they've been what I said. I just wish they would like shoot up more. But other than that, you know, like I said, if you got one of those guys with your last pick because you loaded up on weapons early, you're happy right now, especially with Sam Howell and Baker Mayfield. All right, so let's see. Eagles saying AJ was top 4 was disrespectful. This man is top 3 without debate, on a tear right now. Well, okay. Well, here's the thing. It wasn't disrespectful last year. I mean, that was his first. He's been in the league 4 or 5 years. It was his first year with a 1,400-yard season, and that's great. Okay, we're not discrediting anything. 1,000-yard seasons are okay, but when you're this kind of player, when you expect to have a little bit more, that's all I'm saying. Right now, I said if AJ Brown does come out this year, they had him at top 5. I had AJ Brown top 5. Like, there's nothing wrong with that last year. This year, no, you shouldn't put him there. He should be top 3. Right now, 1, if not 2, behind Tyreek Hill. And also only because Jettis is out. So when he comes back, if he can continue with Josh Dobbs, then maybe. But I don't know. AJ Brown is really he's on record breaking trajectory right now. So I don't know. Him and Tyreek are doing big things right now. All right, let's see. Bucks have to give Baker credit for turning things around. He isn't great, but is playing well enough. Look here. See, now. Oh. Uh-oh. See, now Coach get to flaming. Todd Bowles, you crap coach. See, when I read stuff like this, let me read that again because I'm gonna tell y'all who the problem is. Have to give Baker credit for turning things around. He isn't great, but is playing well enough. Do you understand? Ain't none of the failure the offense. It's that ugly ass Todd Bowles defense, people. That is the problem. Todd Bowles is yet again another head coach, all right, with a good quarterback and great receivers, okay? And what is their record? Crap. Why? Because they run an ugly Tampa 2 defense that can't stop nothing. See, what they had before was Bruce Arians. You understand what I'm saying? He ran everything. And Todd Bowles was a yes man. Yes, sir. Okay? That's what happened. Because that's the only job he could get. He was defense coordinator, but that was Bruce Arians' defense. Why? How do you know that? He was the same defense he had over there in the Cardinals, people. This is the Bruce Arians mind right there. Okay? That's why he was able to run that front seven the way he ran. That's what he does. Oh, you know who don't do nothing but run a cover 2? Just go look at his career with the Jets. Why don't you? When the Jets had to deal with not only Adam Gase, but Todd Bowles' sorry ass as well. This is what's wrong with the Buccaneers. It ain't Baker Mayfield. You can't have that statement and think that's a good statement to say as if, oh, he's playing great, but he turned things around. But, like, no, he's doing his best. He can't do nothing with Todd Bowles as his head coach. That needs to change. You really want to know who should have went to Tampa? Because our boy didn't get fired and he didn't get to go to the Chargers. Sean Payton should have went to Tampa. Tampa and Baker, I would have, oh my God. That would have been a great matchup. I promise. I actually think Tampa with Sean Payton, that team would have actually started off even 4-0. I'm not saying they would have been undefeated or no. They would have lost probably a couple games, but I think they would have at least started off 4-0. They would have started off strong. Remember, they still had injuries. That injury still would have came in, and that game could have got lost because of that injury. So after that, we've been 4-1, 4-2. I just think they would be above 500 if they had Sean Payton rather than Todd Bowles. Anything is better than Todd Bowles' sorry ass. I promise you that. Oh, boy, I'm glad I saw that. I'm glad I read that news clip. I've been waiting. I've been holding in a lot of Todd Bowles anguish just watching the great way the Bucks have been playing football, but they can't win nothing because their leader is a dummy. Stupid smirk. It just, oh my God, he annoys the crap out of me, man. Oh, man. All right. All right, so we're going to take a break from the news real quick because I see that we have some chat coming in. Who we got up here? Teddy, what up? What up? What do it do? What it do? All right, Kevo, still producing, coach. Yes, he is. Hey, It's a hard one, to be honest with you. I mean, he's not the lead back. He is the number 2, just not splitting carries. But I guess you can go back to that one comment that I stated when I said it for Jonathan Taylor, because I'm thinking he's getting traded at that time. Like, if he ends up having the ball and just ends up scoring, that's how he's gonna score. But they're not gonna, they're gonna take him out, put in Moss. But what I do think, it's for both of them. Whoever scores. I think. Now, if one is at the goal line, they're not gonna take one out to put the other one in, unless that one got to the goal line and got tired. Yeah. If it was a big 78-yard run or some crap like that, yeah. Somebody might be coming out. Or if they gave it to him 3 tries, but they want to go for it on 4th, they might switch somebody out. But other than that, I actually think the touchdowns are going to be merited on their own abilities, each of their own abilities. So both of them could get in one game. One can get in, one can't, depending on the game script and what the struggle is, and if they can, if it's one of those like, oh yeah, the Colts are gonna win and they're gonna win really good. So yeah, both of them can score, or this might be a low scoring game, maybe only one is getting in type thing. You know what I mean? And starting downs over Sutton this week, yeah, definitely do that. I would definitely do that. What's good, Joe? I have Adams, and he's too worthy to bench. Yeah, bro. You can't bench him. You can't. Like I said before, this ain't even a flip of a coin situation. It's bye-bye Garoppolo. Unless this kid comes in and plays like garbage, bye-bye Garoppolo. And I'm literally telling you, like, if you're Devontae Adams, right? Is this not what you want? In a way of, you know what? They fired the coach. Okay. I think I can work with this guy. Okay. They fire somebody else, which they want to make moves, right? So maybe that it ain't gonna be this year. It could be next year. However, the fact that they're starting the rookie is telling Devontae Adams he's all yours. That's all this means. He's all yours. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully, and for Devontae Adams owners, it has to, because again, if this doesn't work, you pretty much call the playoffs, bro. Because your number 1 wide receiver is done for the season. There's nothing you can do if it doesn't work. If it's broke, it can't be fixed. Sometimes we just throw it away and buy another one. That's known in the NFL. So Minshew has been a great pickup off the streams, because when Anthony Richardson went down, Minshew Magic became alive again. And he likes his offense, I think. I think he likes the scheme, the way it works. He loves his dump offs, of course. He's got 2 great dump off running backs. He's not big with a tight end. And again, he likes smaller receivers like Josh Downs. So again, the only person I'm hurting for the Minshew Magic is really Pittman, because Minshew ain't launching that ball out there like that on a normal basis. And he's a deep threat. So it's going to be, it's going to be rough for Pittman. That would have been a decent trade, to be honest with you. If for the Colts, I would have traded Minshew, to be honest with you. I mean, not Minshew, Michael Pittman to anybody who needed a receiver. You would have got a number 1 draft pick for that. I promise you. He is worth a number 1 draft pick. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I was so fixated on Devontae Adams and Waddle, I didn't think about Michael Pittman. But we'll see what happens next year, because I think he's up for a contract. So we'll see. He might not get paid. He might just get an extension, or he might get franchise tag. But or he might be able to go to the free agency. Michael Pittman to the Chiefs next season. Who knows? Because Chiefs ain't going to the Super Bowl. Chiefs ain't making that the first round. I'm sorry. There is no way you're going that far with this little. I mean, it look good right now. I get it. It's regular season. It's supposed to. I think they're taking another loss this week. This is where it gets tough. Remember, it's time to get ready for the playoffs. Okay? Detroit getting ready for the playoffs. They had down to People Jones. They said, hey, buddy, you want to come with us? We'll take you along for the ride. We need you. Okay? They get banged up pretty well in that division, and those receivers, they get pretty banged up. So they need depth. They definitely need depth. So I did like that trade. I didn't like the trade environment altogether. It seemed pretty weak. It seemed like people are holding on to weapons and pieces that they know they don't need, but they don't want nobody else to have. Felt that kind of bitter. It's gonna bite a lot of them in the butt. A lot of people gonna get released in the free agency. That's the corniness of the NFL and how they work sometimes. Purdy or Watson as a backup. Well, I'm honest with you. I think Watson is a waste of $286 million because Buddy ain't played but a couple games of football. He keep crying about his shoulder. He ain't getting his massages, so I guess he can't play without it. I don't know. That one, I'm gonna have to say Purdy for the simple fact: win, lose, or draw, he's at the game. He is fighting his hardest. They struggle for 3 games. Again, do you want the struggles now, or do you want the struggles later in the season? They're 5-3 because of struggles now. I like it. I'm going with Purdy. And if math is correct, and you add one behemoth and another behemoth, and 2 of them play on each opposite sides of the end, there are only so many offensive linemen that can block, but too many people. A lot of holes about to get open. A lot of sacks are about to happen. A lot of fumbles are about to get recovered. A lot of short yardages for the offense. Pay attention. So, yeah, I will say Purdy. Watson has done nothing for me. I'll be honest with you. Look at the games with Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper. And look at Amari Cooper and whoever else is playing backup right now. Amari Cooper's numbers are better, aren't they? No Deshaun Watson. Nah, what is this? Nah, Coach Mahomes is the best. He should be able to do it with this group of receivers, according to some. What receivers? Teddy, when you fill out the job application, okay, and it asks on that application, it asks your ability, skills, and knowledge, right? And if you say one of your skills, right, is typing 50 words a minute. No. You say one of your skills is flipping burgers, and you show up to work, and the first question come out your mouth, how do I flip this? Well, how am I supposed to call you a cook, and you don't know how to use a utensil? I need a mechanic, and I need somebody to fix a converter, and I need a wrench, and you hand me a screwdriver. Teddy, you're not a mechanic. So when you line up, just because you line up on the hash, just because you check with the ref, and just because you hear the word cut, and just because you run down the field and make a cut, and just because you put your hands up, that don't make you no receiver. Because not one of these boys can catch a football on this team and move and make these drives extended. They punt the ball too much. It's outside of Travis Kelce. They punt the ball too much. That is there are no receivers there, buddy. Not at all. Kadarius Toney is spooked when the ball comes into his almost caught that. Oh boy. That's what he does. Like Sky Moore, y'all keep saying that boy name, and he about as bad as Miko Hardman, who came back and has done what? That's the trade they made at receiver. I forgot. Miko Hardman. Okay, so no, bro, it's not happening. And then here you go. Brady has done it with less. Let me tell you what less Teddy Brady has not done it with, bro. Let's remember, okay, there was some years he had no receivers. And he got pumped out the AFC Championship game. Or the year he had a slew of receivers. Yeah, I get it. He dragged them to the playoff and got dragged right up out of there. I didn't watch every game of the 6 that they have and the ones that they do not. Let's remember, 2 of them went to that boy Eli. Let's not forget that. All them drop passes in Super Bowl II against Eli. Not one receiver could catch a football. Let's not forget that. Okay? They got to catch, bro. You can't take you. It ain't much you can do if they go. Oops. You can throw it all day. Got to get caught, pimp. So let's not forget that. Let's not forget how pissed off Giselle was because not a person in there could catch in that stadium that day. Let's not forget that. Okay, so no, that excuse doesn't work because one Super Bowl he has because he had the best secondary in football with Darrelle Revis and Darryl Browner. Let's not forget that. They're the number 1 passing defense. He ain't winning nothing against that, bro. You can't pass the ball. They was shut down. They won. And I think that was Super Bowl number 4. So let's not forget that. Okay. No, we can't do that, Teddy. We can't do that. Let's not forget how Joe Flacco outplayed both Peyton and Tom Brady and won his Super Bowl. Let's not forget that. Where was Tom Brady for big man's 2? Let's not forget that now. He may got 6 in there in New England, but he ain't got as many. I mean, remember, he still got stopped. He might have been to a lot, but he still got stopped. And some of those he was dragging people with him, and at the right time, they got sat down. So again, no, the Chiefs, he can drag them as far as he wants to. He get to that playoffs with this team, I'm telling you right now, bro, they're not winning anything. They're getting put out in the first round. I promise you that. Let's see. I just offered Hall, Ridley, A-Chain for my Lamar and Swift. You got offered. Oh, my God. Thought you offered. So you got offered Hall, Ridley, and A-Chain for Lamar and Swift. You have Justin Herbert and Dak. I almost said a bad word. Yes. Absolutely. The hell you need Swift for? If you about to get A-Chain and Hall, man, damn the Ridley. You can leave him on your bench for a bye week play and go to the beach and enjoy whether you win or lose that game because you had Ridley in there. But absolutely make that. Hey, can you tell me what your record is, please? What? Yes. Make the trade. Stamp that now. Oh my God. Oh man. Yes, please. That, I wish I was my trade. But you're saying Chiefs get eliminated first round and Brady made it further with that. No, Brady also got eliminated in the first round, bro. I'm trying to tell you. No, he didn't. Did you not just see what happened in Tampa? Like, come on, bro. No, you cannot cripple your way and think you're finna make it. That I have never, in the history of my 39 eyes, I've never witnessed a crippling team like this ever making it past the first round. Never. Are you serious, bro? Do you know what kind of defenses play in the first? They don't have receivers. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You are the Chiefs. You make it to that first round, and you play one of these defenses like Miami, and that Vic Fangio defense. You play anywhere near the Ravens in this defense, the Steelers defense, bro. It's going to be a 34-0 blowout. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Travis Kelce's going to be crippled coming off the field in that game. You do anything near take this team without another receiver that can catch the football into the playoffs, it's going to be a murder scene. I promise you. Don't do that. Don't do that. They can still be top 4 in offense. They got he's throwing 400 yards to Travis Kelce and scattering it to everybody else. That's fine. But you have to understand something. This is regular season. People are just trying to stack wins right now. That's fine. How many times Peyton Manning made it look good? And how many times Peyton Manning got his behind in that playoff with them crippling offenses and got his behind put right out? How many times Phillip Rivers and them crippling offenses, how many times they make it to the playoffs? How many times he got put out in the first round? Come on, bro. You cannot cripple your way into bruh. It's disrespectful thinking if you can even do that. These are the playoffs, guys. This is the playoffs. Okay, it's no. And then you got Aaron Rodgers out here with no boot, taking 3-step drop backs with that Jets defense, bruh. Let the Jets have to go out here and beat up on the Chiefs with no receivers, guys. Okay, all right. All I was asking for was a Jalen Waddle or Devontae Adams. That's all I was asking for. Any caliber of receiver on that style to the Chiefs. Yes, they're going all the way. I would give them number 3. That defense ain't the best. That running game is trash. They have 4 running backs now. One person get over 100 yards. Really? And y'all are telling me that this offense can get past in the first round against those defenses in the AFC and the offensive high powers in the AFC? Even the Bills would manhandle these dudes right now. They don't look that good. I'm telling you, y'all let these regular season wins cloud your vision really badly. Don't do that. Don't do that. You have to remember, the toughest teams are the ones that get in at 10 wins. 10. Not crippling. I'm talking about a team like 49ers, Philly, who over there? Detroit, the Jets. Jesus, the Jets. Even the Bills, they're a tad bit overrated. But you telling me Kansas City can handle with no receivers. You telling me that Kansas City can handle Miami in the playoffs? Yeah, that's what they're going to tell me. Kansas City can handle Miami in the playoffs. This Kansas City team with 1 tight end and no receivers and no running backs can handle the Miami Dolphins in the playoffs in the first round. Is that what you're telling me if that's a meetup? Patrick Mahomes, one bad man if that happened, boy. I tell you that. I hang up my hat. I let my eyes see that ever happen. I promise you. I'm done. I know nothing. Because I don't see it. There's not. Watch. Kadarius Toney gonna be NFL MVP, Super Bowl MVP. Watch. Bruh. Oh, goodness. All right, so let's see. Where are we? Where we go back? Comments. DeAndre Hopkins, his toe is expected to play on Thursday. Yeah, he's playing. I don't. There, yeah. He may, but they may do. That's why I said I think this game is relying more so on the run game, and I think they're going to rely on Henry more in this game. But I think DeAndre Hopkins, again, he had 4 catches last week. I think that's kind of where it'll rely on right now. That's Will Levis is still getting under his wing, getting under his belt. So you might see basically the same target value that you saw last week. So it's still a good play to play him. Let's see here. They still look good. They just don't look like the best. You right. You can look good all you want in regular season. That's not a problem. Hell, Bills have looked good ever since they gave Josh Allen their contract. I mean, they winning. Excuse me. You do know Kansas City has a top 6 defense this year, Coach. The papers say that. I don't see it. The schedule helps them with that. Ain't that tough? I mean, it wasn't like it was hard to give them. But what I give them 10 games? That wasn't hard. Regular season, their schedule wasn't hard. So I mean, I can see why they'd be top 6, but that's the short game. The long game, I don't see it that way. I actually see their schedule now about to get tougher too. So yeah, it's only been 8 weeks. The first 8 weeks, they have a winning record. They haven't really played much. It ain't like Denver outside of the one they just had. I mean, Chargers ain't about crap. They haven't played really good teams yet. So let's hold off and see. I mean, I don't see them beating the 49ers. Don't see them beating the Eagles. Again, I don't see them beating the Bills either this year. If they have to play, there's a lot of above 500 teams. I don't see them beating if that's on their schedule. So if they have those teams like towards this back end, we'll see. We'll see. I tell you what. They beat the Dolphins on Sunday. Dolphins are a fluke, and Mahomes is God, and I don't know what else to say. I promise you, I won't know what to say. But with what they have, I don't see it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they can't score on the Dolphins, but no, they shouldn't beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins should actually win this game very handsomely. 49ers are currently on a 3-game losing streak. Don't put us in the combo yet. I get the losing streak, Dave. I get it. But like I said yesterday, you're on a losing streak where the first losing game, part of that losing streak was because a kicker didn't do his job. Okay. That's 1. 2, out of those 3 games, you're losing your left tackle and your best open field player, which that shrinks your game plan, that shrinks your schemes, and that lets defenses identify a little bit better, especially with a left tackle who allows you to basically sleep and nap in the pocket and stretch before you throw a beautiful pass down there to Brandon Ayuk. You see what I'm saying? Now you ain't doing all that. Now you thinking you got eyes in the back of your head, which the only people that have that are pregnant women and mothers. So you doing this now because you ain't got no left tackle. That's understandable to be on a 3-game losing streak right now. But this is still a playoff team, period. This is still a loaded. They have injuries right now in the middle of the season where that is okay with a winning record. No, I don't think they can. I don't think the Chiefs can deal with the 49ers. I will put them in the combo. No, the 49ers are still a great team. They are struggling right now in the middle of the season with a winning record. They'll be all right. Let's see. Trent is the best in the game, but I'll see how we play after this bye week. They'll be fine. And then they get in the bye week too. Man, they'll be fine, Dave. I'm not worried about the 49ers at all. If you watched any show that I have put on here since the 49ers have been losing, not one time have I been worried about the struggle. Have I talked about it? Yeah, they're struggling. It happens. And what have I always said? They're doing it at the part of the season where you better need to struggle. Again, do you want to struggle now, or do you need this struggle the last 3 games of the season? You getting put out the minute you make it to the playoffs. No, they're struggling. Any team I've noticed or ever seen that has that struggle now, there's no locker room struggle. There is no fighting. There's no issues of dislike. There's no contract problems. You know what their issues are? They are missing people, and their scheme just shrank a little, and they have to understand and learn now how to play from behind, how to play dealing with adversity. They didn't have to do that. in the beginning of the season. But wouldn't you rather have that issue now to fix it now than to have it late? Ain't nobody panicking. I'm not panicking on these 49ers. It's 3 games. It's 3. They're 5-3. It's 3 games. I'm not worried about it at all. Neither of them making the playoffs, Coach. Here we go. Put money on it, Kevo. That's why I love this show. They already played their best game, Coach. Dang. Nah, bro. Kev, I can't let you come for the 49ers like that. I can't let you. Chiefs? Yeah. Yeah. Because ain't nothing there. There's nothing there. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Nope. And again, like I said, if the Chiefs do get by Miami this week, then yeah, Miami is a fluke. And I'm calling for their heads after that because that's the 3rd game where, on paper, you can't beat another good team. Because you couldn't beat the Eagles, you couldn't beat the Bills. And you barely scratched one of them games away from the Patriots. The Patriots had a quarterback. I don't know. I'm looking at that game a little differently. So I don't know. This is a really big game for both teams. Because for me, if Miami wins this game, this is the struggle because now this is 2 straight losses for the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken. So, and their losses at this time of the season are the worst to have because one, what it's gonna do is getting cold outside. So it's getting cold outside. You got receivers already can't catch. Woo-wee. I can only imagine what these colder games are gonna look like for the Chiefs. I got 200 on. I got 200 right now for you. Let's go. We already locked in. Stay focused right now. Top 5. No, I want another bet. I want another bet till you say you know what you talking about, right? Put your money where your mouth is. Put it where your mouth is. You want me to bet on an over 500 record? You proving Carl right. Uh-oh. I bet you money before we got here. Don't say that. I put that bet out there before we got here. Oh. I think people are overreacting with the Chiefs. What is the overreaction? Like, what is it? Like, let me see something. Because this is where Coach go to the notes real quick. So, here's something very important I want to show y'all. I want to speak to y'all on. He has no receivers. Okay. How do I know he has no receivers? Well, for one, what 8 interceptions already, and we are only 8. He got more interceptions than Dak Prescott right now. He has more turnovers than Dak Prescott in the NFL right now. He has 8. Just can't nobody catch. The opposing teams are catching the ball because he ain't got no receivers. He's got 15 touchdowns for 8 interceptions. I don't know, bro. I don't know. He's only got 2 300-yard games. He's got 1 400-yard game. That was against the Chargers. Horrible defense. So kudos to that. And that 4 touchdowns. But he threw 2 picks against New Jersey, a pick against Detroit, a pick against Jacksonville, 3 picks against Denver total because he had 1 in week 6 and then he had 2 in week 8. And even a pick against the Chargers, and they're trash. Minnesota, who has a bad defense, Chicago, who has a bad defense. Those are the only two teams Patrick Mahomes is not turning the ball over to. He's got Miami. He's got Philly. You'll win against Las Vegas. He'll probably win against Green Bay. Then you got to deal with Buffalo. Then you got to deal with New England. At New England in Week 15 in the cold with no receivers. And what does Bill Belichick do? Oh, nothing. Just takes out your best target. Oh, gosh. That's going to be fun to deal with. Then you deal with Vegas again. Then you got to deal with Cincinnati. And then you end the season with the Chargers. Like, that's a crippling schedule. What are they right now? Trying to see what the win-loss is for them right now. Because I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 5 losses. 5 more losses. Maybe 6. They better not lose to Green Bay or Las Vegas. And Las Vegas, and that's if Las Vegas sit here going to tear with Devontae Adams, then what? Then what we saying? Huh? Then what are we saying? So if Las Vegas ends up turning this around with this new regime, some losses for the Chiefs now too, right? So it doesn't look pretty potentially for the Chiefs moving forward, is what I'm saying. With the 2 losses they already have. So what? They get into the NFL, they get into the playoffs off a 10-7 record. They make it into they've got a playoff spot. If most likely they'll win their division because their division is absolute trash. I think they're the only team in that division that is actually winning. So, I mean, what is there to necessarily underestimate when there's a lot of default, in a sense, when it comes to the Chiefs? Like, I don't think there's overreaction. I think they got a lot of boys on there that can't catch a football. It's been like that for some years. It's been like that since Tyreek left. It's just been him and Travis, and they've had good defense. And I think the defense is still good, but I think the defense is still culpable, meaning they can. I don't care if you're a good defense. Your offense get like 3 and outs, you get tired. You get tired against Tyreek Hill. You get tired against AJ Brown. You get tired against Chase. They're playing some good receivers. You get tired against Devontae Adams twice. They're playing against some good receivers. The rest of this this schedule, and again, like their defense ain't the best. And again, they who have they played? Let's go back and look. Like bro, they're Detroit, which they lost. Jacksonville. I think they won that game. They beat Chicago. I don't remember if they beat the Jets. I think they beat the Jets. I think they only had 1 loss up until these last 2 weeks. They lost to Denver, and I think they lost. What was the Jets that they lost to? I gotta go back and look. But again, they have not so easy schedule moving forward, and they have a crippling roster. There's not any receivers there. I don't know what you want me to say. It's not an overreaction. It's just I don't see them getting out of the first round with that roster. With everything that's compiled in the AFC, you're telling me those teams that can make it to the AFC division, make it to the playoffs, the Chiefs can hammer all on them? I don't see that. I really don't. I think they're at the bottom of all of them. They're still in it because their division is weak. But like I'm sorry, they needed at least 1 more receiver. We could bet, oh boy, we could bet on who will end up in the better record. Our schedule is tougher, remember? Oh boy. Stop moving the goalposts. That boy said stop moving the goalposts. I never changed my prediction. So how do I not believe it? Oh man, this is fantasy gold. All right, so let's get back to some fantasy news and updates. All right, where were we? All right, this Saints. This team is not good, but with the remaining schedule, could win the division. They're going to win the division by default. Their division is weak too. That's not it. They have an easy schedule as well. I think their roster is a slight. Yeah, it's crippling, but not as bad as the Chiefs. Offense. See, Panthers sitting at 1-6. Good thing they have their pick. Oh wait. Oh, that's right. That was funny. All right, so Falcons with Heineken in. I will for sure stick with my Falcons division pick. If Ritter comes back, it will be the Saints. Nah, I still don't see that. I still think the Saints are going to be it. The Falcons could fall to number 2, though. Let's see. I would not panic for the 49ers, but the scheme is starting to be figured out. It is, and it's not that it's being figured out. It's shrunk because they're missing a key piece to how the scheme works. They're missing Debo. Without Debo, that part of the scheme shrinks, and it looks one-dimensional. That's not the issue. The issue is they need to hurry up, get the pieces back so they can get back to it. It's like Shanahan will get them right. Absolutely. They're missing 2 big pieces, guys. They will be just fine. All right, Seahawks. Somehow first in the AFC West. Keep it up. Should be a playoff lock. No, if the 49ers figure it out first, they'll skip right back over top. I mean, they're in second place. Like I said, head back only because they're struggling right now. 49ers should stick that right back on top. They'll be fine. Cardinals. I don't see the purpose in benching Dobbs unless Kyler is ready to go. He wasn't, so they didn't. The defense is starting for the Rams, starting to come to earth, and teams are slowing down Kupp. Yeah. I mean, they are. They look good for a little bit. But again, this is where defenses start to get tough too in the NFL. So what the Rams just have to do, they just have to basically figure it out. That's all. All right, AFC Patriots. I'm surprised at how inefficient Ramondre Stevenson has been. I had him as a top 10 back before the season. Why? You know what's so sad? Who said it? Who called it? Me. That's cool. I'm the back guy. I said Ramondre Stevenson wasn't going to be nothing. I said it because I know Bill Belichick, and I know that's the purpose of him bringing over Zeke. The only difference was Zeke didn't do his job. Oops. That was the only downfall. But no, I told y'all that's the reason why he brought Zeke, because he did not have faith in Ramondre Stevenson. And here we are. I waited too. I said, y'all let me know how Ramondre Stevenson do for the season. How you doing? Okay. Josh Allen has been the best quarterback this season. Lamar and Mahomes have an argument, though. Okay. The best quarterback is actually Mahomes, despite the turnovers. Why? He's doing it with absolutely nothing but a tight end. That's it. That, to me, makes you the best quarterback. However, per this statement, it is Josh Allen and his numbers. Yes. All right, New York. It is pretty. It isn't pretty, but games are being won. All around, great job by Saleh to keep the team afloat. And let me tell you something. That is the most important part in that defense, is something fierce, something ferocious. And again, I don't see a team like the Chiefs dealing with a team like the New York Jets, especially if Aaron Rodgers come out that dark room enough to play in the playoffs. All right, Tyreek Hill having 1,000 yards in 8 games is one of the craziest things I have seen. No, it ain't. It'd be crazy if you get 2,300 yards, 2,200 yards. That'd be crazy. 1,000 yards. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's crazy, but it's not the craziest. But I get it. Let's see. Matt Cadana just seems to make this team worse as the season goes along for the Steelers. I don't know what else they're gonna do, but I had really good hopes for them, and they look good. But there's something holding them back. And ding, 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 ding. There it is. Bengals are officially back, and I feel strongly with them as my Super Bowl pick. I mean, Burrow did something last week and showed off, and I liked it. He showed off that leg, and he ran for 54, 45 yards, but it was the way he did it, and the way he took the hit, and the way he got up, the way he said, "Ha, I'm back." So yeah. I'll take that. Let's see. Browns. This team needs Deshaun Watson. They win most of these one-score games with him in there. I don't know. Maybe they do, but I still don't think he's the best for them right now. I think the Browns are just. I think they just screwed up again, and I think we're just gonna be dealing with the Browns and this ugliness again. I think that's just the way it's gonna be. Ravens. I question how well the Ravens can compete with the top teams of the AFC, but a contender for sure. I question too because the quarterback play, but it's not the quarterback play per se. It's the weaponry for him. Like it's not there. Like I get it. Gus the Bus looked good, but is that really going to continue this week? Is that going to continue for weeks to come? We get excited about Gus in these big games, and then there he goes. He craps the bed, and we don't get it again. So I don't know. I kind of agree with him. Like I'm worried about how they can compete, but I do think they're contenders. Broncos. The Broncos defense has been trending up since the 70 ball. Since that 70 ball, yeah. This team can be sneaky if they continue to lock down. And they can, but we'll see. Let's watch. Kansas City, fluke game, happens to all of the elite teams. Should come out firing again this week. No, there ain't no fluke game. You went out there in the cold, and your receivers couldn't catch the ball. And offensive receivers who already can't catch. Rashee Rice is the best they got, but I don't think that's enough. The running backs got dummy legs. They can barely run. No. I ain't going to call it no fluke game. No, they lost into a division rival. Let's see. The Chargers team, EPA, has been increasing week by week. Could they sneak into the playoffs? No, not until they fix that defense. No, they can't win games without that defense. That defense is trash. So, and that coach is too. So, no, they can't. I am proud of the Raiders for having the balls to get rid of a coach and a GM mid-season. Yeah, me too. Again, I think that was a beautiful power move. I think that was a beautiful move to show the players that anybody is culpable to leave. I love that move. Basically, they are catering to Devontae Adams, and hopefully the rookie can deliver. If not, it's just going to be an ugly struggle from here on out. But they already got their interim head coach ready to go. They got the rookie ready to go to practice. Devontae Adams has got them spending the night. It's time to play football. So hopefully this was a good move for the Raiders. I liked it too. Big power move, middle of the season. They got rid of one more person. But good move. I think Shane Steichen has been the best first-year head coach by a significant amount. Yeah, because these coaches look good, bro. These coaches do look really, really good. So I agree with that statement. I don't think it's crazy to say the Jaguars are a top 3 team until proven otherwise. Yeah. They're starting to shake off the little dust that they had at the beginning of the season, and they're looking very, very formidable. All right, Titans. Will Levis completely surprised me. Let me see if he can continue this for the rest of the year. And I am the same exact way. It was a surprise. He looked good. Let's see how it continues. If it does, bye Tannehill. I think it's already bye Tannehill. Once DeAndre Hopkins is happy with his quarterback, the other one no longer has a job. All right, Texans. Simply a game you cannot lose. That is so true. The game plan is out for Houston, and they have been trending down. Well, it looked good. It looked good. It looked good for a little bit. It looked good. Now, I'm not saying it's totally out, but what I will say is Will Levis and the Titans could be trending up. The Colts are up. The Jaguars are up. Where does that put the Texans, who were up? Well, that significantly drops them to fourth place soon. So this division looks good all around. Let's see how it plays out. I like it. The NFC South, AFC South is finally looking like the entire division can fight. So that's really good. Let's see how this rookie. Let's see how all these young quarterbacks handle the second half of the season. That's the big question. How are we handling the second half of the season? All right, let's get back. See if we got any more comments. My fam just going through it. I'm out, man. I got stuff to do. I see you. Oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So now that we've got done with some fantasy news, let's see. Let's go check out some waiver wire targets real quick. See what's out there. See if there's anything available. Where are you? Was it this one? No, but I do like this. I'm gonna start using this for the future. No, I gotta go back. Let me go back. Waiver wire. Here we go. All right. Is this it? Make sure this is for week 9. All right. So waiver wires. We have Zach Cabernet for Seattle, Daryl Henderson, Josh Downs, Chuba Hubbard, Trey McBride, Demario Douglas, Will Levis, Taysom Hill, Logan Thomas, Tank Dell, and Leonard Fournette. So these are players, if you do not have already, these are players that you should be looking at per the waiver wire. All right. Buy low players. We have Marquise Brown, Chris Olave, T. Higgins, Tony Pollard, Javonte Williams, and Joe Mixon. Yep, I like those buy low players. And some sell high players. We have Derrick Henry, Gus Edwards, Mike Evans, Ramondre Stevenson, Alexander Madison, and Raheem Mostert. All right. So, yeah, those are basically what you'll have for waiver wire. Oh, and for waiver wires, we have Jalen Warren, Gerald Henderson, Garner Minshew, Chuba Hubbard, Rasheed Rice, Dante Foreman, Josh Palmer, Taysom Hill, Sam Howell, Josh Downs, and Dalton Kincaid. So those are the waiver wire, buy low, sell high players for the week, for week 9. Right, and now we're going to go into the night to not night, go into tonight's game, and we're going to discuss our start and sit. So let me pull up the rosters for the Titans. All right, Titans depth chart and Steelers depth chart. All right, so for the Tennessee Titans, as we know, Ryan Tannehill is out, and Will Levis will be playing tonight. And he has a good Thursday night game again. that could be the start of him taking the game, taking the starting role. I am starting Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins tonight. I'm also starting Treylon Burke. Let me check out Nick Westbrook. Done anything for the Titans? I had one catch for 33 yards and a touchdown, so no, I would not start Nick Westbrook. Let's see. Check out the tight end for the Titans. Gets 5 targets a game. His target value is okay, but his yards suck. So, I mean, if you're looking for 6 to 8 points, yeah. If you're looking for a little bit more than that, then that is a definite no for the Titans tight end. Let's see. They're missing a right tackle. They should be fine. And they seem to have all their starters on defense. Okay. Let's see. Special teams. Nick Folk. Let me go look at your stats, Nikki. All right, let's see. Nick Folk. Nah. Not unless you're scrimmage for a tie, like a kicker, if you have to play a kicker tonight. But no, if you have another kicker, you're fine. You don't need to play him. All right, let's move over to Steelers. All right, Kenny Pickett. Let's look at your numbers. So do not start Kenny Pickett, but you can start Deontay Johnson. Start George Pickens. Let's check you out, Connor Hayward. Hayward. Let's see. Connor Hayward. No. Don't start Connor Haywood. Don't start Allen Robinson II. Ooh, and these running backs. Ooh. Mama about to say don't start nobody from the outside of Pickens. Let's see, Harris. All right, Najee, what you been up to? Okay. Najee's he's coming. I don't want to say he's coming along. This rushing yard sucks so bad. He only had 7 targets and like 7 carries. I don't trust him against Tennessee's defense, so no, I wouldn't start Najee Harris unless you're looking for 10 points. If you can go that low, then be my guest if that's what you need. But I don't know if I'll go there. Let me check Jalen Warren. Where you at? There you go. His numbers are a little better. So they're pretty much playing together. Thursday night football against Tennessee. Let me see. Who's home? Let me see real quick. All right, looks like the Steelers are home. Let me double check that. Yeah, looks like Steelers are home. You like the Titans in this game, and that means do not start Steelers defense this week. I mean, you can. They'll get you maybe 12 points. I still think they'll get sacks on Will Levis. They'll get to him. They'll get to the backfield. Don't get me wrong. You can start the Steelers defense. Can you start the Titans defense is the question. I actually think you can play both. I think you can play both Titans and Steelers defense today. I think it'll get you between 10 and 12 points if that's what you're looking for. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it'll be pretty low-scoring. I think they'll get a couple of touchdowns each. It'll be more field goal kicking. But I like Boswell more on the Steelers side of kicking than I do Nick Folk. So, yeah, I would have to go with Boswell over Nick Folk. Let's see. Other than that, I think that was it for tonight's game. And back to the studio. There we go. Check on some more comments real quick. Oh, here we go. Derek, 10-point PPR. 2 flex. Send Olave and Mostert for JJ and Aaron Jones. I'm 6 and 2. My other running backs are Eckler and Kamara. Other receivers are Lamb, McLaurin, Hollywood, Palmer, and Osborne. Yeah, here's why. Because I don't like Olave, but I like Mostert, but I love Jettas for both of them, over both of them. And, having Aaron Jones isn't a bad compliment. So, yeah, I would make that trade. Absolutely. All right, Josh, what we got here? Would you trade Jacoby Myers and Mario Douglas for D-Hop? 20-man redraft PPR. This is the league right here, bro. Y'all don't know fantasy? I haven't even talked about a 20-man. You understand me? Whoa. That's big leagues right there. Let's see. My roster is Lamar, JT, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, Christian Kirk, Kittle, and Jacoby Myers. Here's why that trade is hard, and I want to say yeah, and I think I'm going to say yeah, but here's what I'm going to say why. To have like a recoil, like, I wonder. I love it because I think if it all works out, the rookie with Adams will look a lot better than Garoppolo with Myers. And if you're trading because you think that's what's going to happen, that Myers' target value is going to go down because Adams is going to go up, then I agree with that. And yes, you trade for D-Hop. And honestly, based off the roster that you technically already have, giving up to Mario Douglas ain't a big deal. And giving away Jacoby Myers so that you can get D-Hop is the big thing, because the D-Hop and Will Levis thing, I think that's going to stay. I don't think you get 4 catches and 3 touchdowns, 120 yards a game. But no, I think it'll start to become more chemistry. But I will say we do see D-Hop in the end zone absolutely almost every week now. So I do like that trade. Let's see. I could also try Lamar, DeMario, and Myers for Hurts and D-Hop. Yeah, if you can do that, I would definitely do that. Absolutely. I would definitely try that. Hurts is playing really good football right now. Yeah, I like it. Definitely. Let's see. Nino Pina, let's see. I know this is a start-sit episode, but would you trade Mike Evans, Higgins, and K9 for Cup and Ridley? Well, to start off, this isn't a start-sit episode. This is, this episode on Thursdays is more so fantasy news, waiver wire talk, starting sits for one game for the Thursday night game. But it's morely just, news, updates, waiver wire talk. And that's when you guys come on here and ask me anything you want to ask me about trades, about starting sit questions for any time, anything, any team. Yeah. So this is you guys' show. I just have certain information that I give out on certain days. Like tomorrow, we spend all Friday basically on starting sit questions for everybody for all week for Sunday and Monday. But Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you ask me whatever you want to ask me. Let's see. Would you trade Mike Evans and Higgins and K9 for Cup and Ridley? No, do not do that. No. I like Mike Evans. He is a 1,000-yard receiver every year, and it's never going to change until he stops. I like T. Higgins because I have the Bengals trajectory going up. I do hope you have another receiver to play with if Higgins is if it's not giving you what you want right now. And you don't need Cup and Ridley. Maybe Ridley if it's looking like it's becoming more consistent, but you don't need both Cup and Ridley because I think the Rams are actually going on a downward trajectory. And that game you saw last week where both receivers didn't do much, you might get a little bit more of that. So I wouldn't jump too quick on that trade. If you can wait one more week just to see what all these players do within the next week, and then if you can make a trade after that, if that's oh no, I can't, Higgins still ain't doing it for me. You have to make a trade because you liked what you saw in both Cup and Ridley for another week. See if you can, if you can wait a week and do it, try it. If you feel confident in the trigger pull because of what you've seen in Ridley of late and in Cup, outside of the down game, pull the trigger. I personally wouldn't make the trade. I like Higgins and I like Evans. And if I have other weapons to kind of supplement the struggles, I'll pretty much ride out. If my roster isn't hurting and I'm winning games with what I have because these guys aren't like giving me what I want yet, it's coming. Like I said, I have the Bengals on a trajectory. Like my man Joe always says too, the one that runs everything here. Bengals always start slow and then they go on a win streak, a crazy win streak, and that's pretty much where they are right now. So I should see T. Higgins in the next week or two. Like I think this week is a good game for T. Higgins, and so is next week. So I don't know. I wouldn't make the trade just yet. Let's see. Mike Evans seems touchdown dependent, but solid, and K9 has a very tough schedule. And that's very true. That's the thing about Evans. He is very touchdown dependent, but that's what I like about Baker Mayfield. He's gonna get him his touchdowns. If you watch the games, he doesn't go away from Mike Evans at all. He is trying to get Mike Evans. He is trying to get Chris Godwin. Okay. Yeah, Baker Mayfield is playing some good football. Now, if the touchdown dependency is just an issue for you, make the trade. I would make the trade. Here's the problem with that trade. You're going to have to deal with Ridley up and down. That's the problem with the trade. It's not so much a Cup, even though I think the Rams are going on the decline. Cup is still going to be Cup, but I don't trust Calvin Ridley. That's my issue with the trade is I don't trust Calvin Ridley. Awesome. Thank you. We got a new subscription and a like. Where the banners at? Where's the banners at? We got to get it. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it. We are here for you. FFC is here for you. Refuse to Lose is here for you. BWT, Baseball with Teddy, is here for you. Carl Talking College is here for you. We got a boxing chat. We got all kinds of sports chats where guys get to come in there and just talk with us and talk to other different people and just enjoy good sports talk, trash talk. We got a gaming chat. We talk wrestling in the boxing chat. We have college football, college basketball, girls and boys getting ready to start. So CTW, Carl Talking College, he's got a lot of work coming for you guys because we're in week 10 of college football, and basketball is getting ready to start. What he said, 6 days? Like it's college football is about to go crazy. So please tune in to this network, Refuse to Lose, where we give you guys all the good information and all the good shows for all the good sports that we have for you guys. Okay. I really appreciate you guys coming on here every week with me, enjoying the show with Coach. You guys know Coach loves you. Coach loves the comments. I mean, we had a slew. We just basically had a bet battle between my dogs, Kevo and Dave. This is my favorite one. And then there you go. You call me stubborn. Don't forget that. Stop the cap. Yo, mind you, these homies right here. These are homies right here. And they go at it. We all go at it in these chats. Okay. They come for Coach all the time. What you mean? Coach say crazy stuff. Coach, I don't go by the norm. I don't say what the other people say. I say what I want because I see what I see. And if I don't like what I see, I'm going to say what I want to say. Could I be wrong? Sometimes. Am I right? All the time. All right. Let's see. And honestly, Ridley is kind of for a flip and trade thing because my wide receivers are stacked in this trade. Okay. And if that is the purpose for Ridley, that's fine. You can. Hey, we use dead weight. We do it. It's okay. It's a part of fantasy. It's part of fantasy football. Okay, dead weight trades help us get what we want. That's the most important part. It's about getting what we want. And sometimes we gotta take some. We may have to cough up something we don't want, Jose, to get what we need. Now he ain't made no trades yet. Nobody wanted to trade with him, but he didn't want to cough up Waddle. Jose sitting at 5-3. We'll see how that turn out. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I like if you're just using that for a flip, yeah, absolutely. That most likely means that Ridley just gonna sit on your bench. That's all that means. Oh man! All right, guys. Well, Coach had a wonderful show. Again, tune in tomorrow. We have. Hopefully, I'm here at 9 o'clock. I came a little late today, but I apologize. But 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, we have a recap of tonight's game and fantasy studs and busts for tonight's game. And then from that, we go right into our starting sits for the rest of the weekend. And any topics that you guys come up with, any questions you guys have in the comment section, light the comment section up. They were on fire today. I mean, this is the stuff I love on my show. When you guys come in, this is for you guys. Come in here, talk fantasy. Some of y'all who are in here on the same league, talk trades in here. Coach gonna let you know. Nah, bro, you ripping them off, bro. You know that trade booty. I ain't gonna lie to you. That ain't my job. My job is not to lie. My job is to tell you if it was a good trade or not. That's my job. So how you two do those trades amongst yourselves is after I'm gonna just tell you what I think about the trade. Okay. So look, value is value, and I understand that bad boy to the T. Okay. So stick with Coach, and you will have wins out the wazoo. I mean, I think I got 4 people that I like literally helped like directly, and I think they're all above, at least above 500. I think one of them might be tied 4-4, 5-5, or 5-4, and the rest of them are 5-3, or 1 loss, 2 losses, undefeated. You know, I know what I'm doing. Coach know what he do with this fantasy stuff. It's easy for me. It's fun for me. I like the game. I like the puzzle. I like to figure it out. I like to find the things that nobody else sees. Like, I don't understand how nobody else can see that. I never understand it when I'm out holding the championship at the end, because I get it. All right, guys. So stay tuned tomorrow, and we're gonna have a great show for you guys. Coach is out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.